All right, everybody. Welcome into HiBruiNation, the unofficial home of your Boston Bruins with Goosey, Jackie Boy, Agent Cody Banks. We finally got a nickname for him. And the Chavo. It is Sunday. It is Father's Day. Happy to all you fathers out there celebrating, especially to our very own Agent Cody Banks. Happy Father's Day, buddy. Hope you had a wonderful celebration and didn't have to work too hard. After all, it is your day.
Dude, I was so hungover this morning. It was so easy.
Did you have to work?
Yeah, 9 a.m. to 5:30, boy.
That's baller though. He came out and he went in swinging and he just goes, I don't care how hungover I am. We had a sandbagger the night before and here we are.
Still drunk, still going to work. Let's
go. A plus efforts. Guys, some news before we started recording the pod, and this division just got that much harder. Brady Tkachuk.
Sorry, had to do it.
To the Florida Panthers for the 9th overall, 25th overall, another first. I just forgot the year when that happened. And then 2029 second round.
Yeah, it's 29 and 2030, the other last two picks.
Great.
Who knew Brady Tkachuk could get 4 first overall picks? Not me. I thought maybe you'd get like at least a roster player with that, but I think once Ottawa knew that Brady said he wasn't planning on re-signing, they were like, okay, just give you all the picks, I guess.
Dude, y'all are gonna hate me for this, but Florida did the same thing with Brad Marchand. Let's give some picks. Let's get a guy. Here we are again. No surprise on who it is, though.
But Brad only gave up, what was it? It was 1 pick, right?
I think it was 2.
2? Okay.
Pretty sure it was 2.
For Brad Marchand, we only got first. We only got a first round pick.
Well, it was conditional. It wasn't the conditional one, right?
It was a conditional second round pick, effectively what it was. I think where the confusion comes from with that is, it's because it was a conditional pick. You know what I mean? So initially it was a second round that converted to a first.
Yeah.
There was just too much uncertainty with Brad Marchand, and I understand that. He had an injury. What are you going to do with that? But the division just definitely became that much harder. 100%, at least for Florida anyway. But
look, okay, why is Steve Ray shaking his head? Like, come on. we're not saying. I mean, look, no, listen. Brady Tkachuk and Matthew Tkachuk, when they play together, they are a dynamic duo. We saw it in the Four Nations. We saw it in the Olympics. Like, you can't not look at the Olympics and think that Brady Tkachuk is not an impactful player. And now he's joining his brother in Florida. I'm not saying this is going to be like the 90s Bulls or whatever, the Chicago Bulls. But this team already being healthy going into next year, they're going to return back to where they were, and they just got Brady Tkachuk. It does make them a little bit better.
I mean, there's no amount of convincing that can convince me that Brady Tkachuk is an elite player. I'm sorry. Brady is an elite player. No, I'm sorry.
Matty
is an elite player. Brady is not. Is Brady an impactful player? Absolutely. But I think
I didn't say he was elite. I just said it's gonna be a factor for the Panthers. Like, it just made the Atlantic Division that much more frustrating.
It might be a factor. I'm not looking at it as Brady's the end all be all that's going to make that team that much better. I was already looking at it as, wow, this team got an entire summer to get healthy and get all the surgeries they need and to come back healthy. So I was already planning on booking a ticket for the Panthers to win the Stanley Cup final before the season started because they were coming back healthy. And we know what they can do when they're healthy, and they didn't have to play for 3 straight years until the end of June. So I knew that they were going to come back and be probably worthy of a President's Trophy. Because
so then you get Brady Tkachuk to that mix, who's like the same player for their mold.
And he's definitely a good fit for that team. Do not get me wrong, but I can't sit. I think Florida overpaid for him just to get the Bash brothers to come in.
They don't care.
I don't disagree with that.
They don't care. They don't care about their future. They're in win now mode, and they've just solidified the fact that they can be competitive again for quite a long time. And why this is so important too, not just the Brady Tkachuk trade to the Ottawa Senators. I mean, first of all, Brady's a heavy guy. He is going to go in, and they're just going to batter the ever living snot out of you in the playoffs when they make it. So they're just a heavy team. They remind me of the 2019 St. Louis Blues. That's what they remind me of, a team that will just wear you down and beat you down in long series, that benefit you. The other side of the spectrum is Ottawa got nothing but picks in return, but apparently they're in on Jason Robertson. So if they can go get Jason Robertson, I'd actually argue they just upgraded from Brady.
Yeah, I mean,
I'd agree.
I'd agree if that plays out the way you just said it, which
exactly.
It could,
but I'm not convinced it's going to.
You could think of it this way, because that 9th overall pick and the other picks, if they're going to flip that and Ottawa gets Jason Robertson, Dallas can turn around and just flip that. Like, those are high value elements.
Does Robinson really want to go from a U.S. market to a Canadian market like Ottawa, though?
That's a good point.
Like, it's going to take some convincing. But, I mean, Ottawa may now have the ability to do that. So
sure. I bet you they'll be bidding high on him.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they will consider where Robertson wants to go, because he still needs to sign that contract, right? Trading for an RFA just doesn't mean you're guaranteed the RFA is going to play for you.
Yeah.
So
and I doubt that he wants to go the shithole called Ottawa with what's going on there. So,
coming from hot as fuck Dallas to the bitter cold of Ottawa. Yeah,
but a team I think you could say when you look at Carolina, which let's gotta say, congratulations to them, well deserved victory. When you look at their playoff opponents and the route that they took, Ottawa gave them a fair shot. They got swept, but I think realistically, Ottawa was the team when we saw that the bracket be released for the playoffs for the first time. We thought, oh, okay, maybe that could be an upset. Obviously, in retrospect, it was so wrong, but I saw it as one that could maybe happen, and Ottawa gave them a good run. But
I just think Ullmark kept them in that series. That's the only difference. That's the only thing that I'll say with respect to that. So, yes, does Ottawa still have some high-end talent that they can use? Yeah, but you're right. It does depend. Does Jason Robertson want to go there? But ultimately, the Bruins' dreams of landing Brady Tkachuk, dead. Probably the dreams of landing Jason Robertson, dead. You don't have the assets to acquire them. Well, you definitely don't have the assets to acquire Brady anymore either. But let's be real. Brady was not going to go anywhere except for Florida. There was rumors, and it was mentioned that he had several teams on his list, but you knew deep down it was always going to be Florida.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Great.
Probably.
What a great opening round table to discuss the disgustingness that is going to be Florida next season, right? That's awesome.
We're not happy about it. We're definitely not happy about it. So
book it now. Cup champions. I'm sorry. That's just what it is.
Yep. Eastern Conference champions, Stanley Cup champions.
Before they even had this trade at the end of the playoffs, when Carolina looked like Carolina was going to take the cup, I was already thinking, yeah, Florida's bound to win again next year. Just they're going to be fully healthy. You have Alexander Barkov back, who won a.
They don't have a goalie. They don't have a goalie. They have no goalies right now. They haven't signed Bob. They haven't signed Tarasov.
They'll get someone.
And they only have $6.9 million. So yeah, how about this? I'll say this, and then we're gonna tell you fans listening how much of a great show we have for you after this muckety gook. I would laugh if Stuart Skinner signs with Florida and then Bobrovsky signs with Edmonton. They meet in the final. Florida wins. I'd die. I would die.
That's creative.
That's a pipe dream, but I don't care. It's something I need. It's like in 2022, 2023, where you wanted to see Cassidy versus Montgomery.
I remember that. Yeah.
I need that in my veins.
Mm-hmm.
Also, good luck to anyone who wants to overpay for Darnell Nurse, because apparently the Bruins are in on him, but who aren't the Bruins in on it? At this point. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we got a great show for you guys tonight. We're going to talk about Bergeron's number retirement, mock NHL draft for the Boston Bruins, just specifically the first round, and who we think that the Bruins could potentially get, whether they trade up, stay in place, or trade down. Not really much far to trade down from 23. And then we're going to have a discussion about, is Don Sweeney likely going to end up in the hot seat? And we will get to that dead last for all of those who also are not the biggest fans of Don Sweeney. So stay tuned. We're going to start with, obviously, Bergeron. Huge announcement that came in. Char's number just got retired this past season. You had to imagine 37 was coming in at some point. What a tremendous honor. Bergeron more than deserving of it. 6-time Selke winner. Stanley Cup champion. I believe he won the Marc Messier as well. I believe he has a few other trophies under his belt. The guy is just amazing.
2 gold medals.
Yep,
Right?
I believe he is a triple gold club.
Yeah, he probably won it at the Worlds, maybe.
I think so. I think he's
Yeah.
in the triple gold club.
Yeah. I mean, what a player. You know, he's been my favorite Bruin for well over 10 years now. You know, as soon as I discovered when I was a kid, I really liked playing center for all the like challenges, but also like responsibilities that it held. I just wanted to model my game after Bergeron, which is pretty silly because I ended up getting a lot of penalties when I was a kid, which isn't what Bergeron did. But I tried. I tried my best. You know, just an astounding player. Meant so much to this organization. I've looked up to him for well over 10 years at this time. Like pretty much as my entire time being a Bruins fan. He's awesome, and it's very well deserved. And once you saw Char was going up, you had to think about Bergeron. And I'm really, really glad that he is getting this honor. Truly, not much else to be said.
Yeah, I'm glad it didn't take as long as it did, because it could have been a lot longer if Don Sweeney had anything to do with it. But I digress.
It's just going to be a Don Sweeney shit show.
Dude, I'm ready for it later.
When is it not? When is it not on this podcast? When is it not a segment being? What are our feelings about Don Sweeney this week?
I can see Steve's nipples like starting to peek through his sweatshirt. It's like he's getting there. He can't wait for the last thing because it's just
foaming
crazy.
at the mouth. I'm
Oh my
foaming
God.
at the mouth.
Dude, I'm ripping at the bit. I want to skip the draft. I don't care about that right now. I want Don Sweeney's head.
You can't skip the draft. We're not skipping.
No, you
That's
can't.
ridiculous.
You can't. That's blasphemy. But no, congrats to Bergeron. Honestly, it's well deserved. Like Jack said, lifelong favorite player of mine.
Same.
Nothing more you could say about that. I mean, he's a goat.
Just a humble man as well, too. Like, really, everyone looked up to him as just like a model human being who you want in the NHL. Like, like a lot of guys, like you bring different personalities into the league, but no one really was as humble and just nice guy like him. There's just so many examples, and like that really were like really genuine moments of like pure humanity that came out of him. So it's awesome.
He's the best. I'm thrilled that he's getting his number retired sooner rather than later. And again, one of my all-time favorites ever. And can't wait to watch his number go up in the Rafters. That's it.
Is there really anything else to be said about him? I mean, he's just he reminds me of David Ortiz. Both him and Chara remind me of a David Ortiz type of person where Boston embraced Ortiz and Ortiz embraced Boston. And I think the same thing happened with Chara. The same thing and even Bergeron mentioned to it. He just goes, thank you for making this French Canadian feel so welcome into this city. You know what I mean? And I it takes me back to when during Chara's ceremony, when he mentioned Don Sweeney, boos started raining down, and the big Russian just goes, "Hey," and everyone stopped. That's in like the lineage of that leadership, which is inclusive of Bergeron and Marchand, was so strong. And I wonder if I can't wait to see if something similar happens, because I would wonder if the response is the same.
Yeah. I mean, I wonder who it was going to be against this season. I think it would be cool if it was around, original six. I think Montreal would just be the best. Again, a Quebec boy, grew up as a Canadiens fan, I'm sure.
No, he wasn't a Canadiens fan.
Correction, then what was it?
He was a Nordiques fan.
Oh, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I was well off on that, but
French Canadian, so
yeah,
it's okay to assume. But yeah, he was a Nordiques fan, and he hates the Canadians as much as we do. So
that's why we embraced him so well.
Yeah,
because he hated the Canadians just as much as we did. So
maybe he's even better than. Maybe it's even better than he gets retired against the Canadians. Who knows? But yeah, I think it should be original.
I just
16.
hope to be there. I just hope to be there.
Yeah, those tickets are going to skyrocket like they say they were for Chara. But I might have to cop because
I might have to fly in and go.
Oh my God, HiBruiNation.
The
HiBruiNation game. Oh man, we're gonna turn that one into a sandbag. We're gonna have to drink. We're gonna get shit faced.
It's gonna get rough.
I will get shit faced for that. I will absolutely get blackout. We're gonna go hard. We're gonna go crazy.
Well, we're also gonna go hard against the Oilers, Cam, when we try and go to that game, right?
I can't wait to
confirmed.
I can't wait to dress up as some ketchup bottles and sit right behind McDavid. I don't care what the price of those tickets are.
We're doing it. We're doing it.
But I'm doing it.
You hear to hear on HiBruiNation first. Me and Cam have talked about this for a while, and it's probably been mentioned already, but it's like confirmed. We are absolutely going to go and do that. When Edmonton comes to town, we are getting those behind the bench tickets, and we are terrorizing McDavid. It's probably
right behind the bench.
Realistically, how it's going to go.
Right
he's going to look around, see us, and he's going to be like, these fucking idiots. And then he's just not going to pay attention for the rest of the game, but we're going to like be pressed up against the glass.
Don't care. I'm bringing a sign.
Like the green men in Vancouver, we're just gonna be like dancing behind the glass. We're just gonna be like,
I'm gonna grab so many ketchup packets at the hot dog stand. You have no idea.
Just start throwing at him.
throw them at him.
Well, I don't want to get kicked out, but you're like, could you imagine? I'm just gonna dangle him like, ooh, like be scared.
Oh, ESPN, I hope you pick us up, man. Please, that would be amazing.
Dude, we're gonna be sitting right behind the bench. We're gonna be giant ketchup bottles. Tell me, and if anyone steals our idea, someone's gonna get some very mean messages. Get blacklisted. Like, you guys are losers. We had this one first. And
this is gonna see it. This is gonna see it. He's gonna be like, these chumps, these Boston chumps,
losers.
These losers. He's gonna go on and talk about it on TNT, and then we're gonna call it one day. We're gonna be like, hey Biz, why don't you come on HiBru and see if you can handle the Northeast bullshit.
Biz had a solid NHL career of 4 games when he can't talk, okay? Like, he's a bona fide analyst. I love Biz, I really do. I just had to say it.
He's on the same analyst panel as Wayne Gretzky
than any of us. So
he absolutely has, and he's on the same analyst panel as Wayne Gretzky. So
true. Mad respect to Biz. No, I do. I love Biz. I love poker photos.
Side
note, back to Bergeron.
Mm-hmm.
He did debut in 2003 against the New Jersey Devils. He played 10 minutes in that game. So I wonder, it could be against the Devils.
Nah, it's not special enough.
I think it would make, I agree with you. I think it would make a lot more sense against an Atlantic Division team or an original
Vancouver.
6 team. Actually, even great. That's true.
One.
That could be Vancouver.
It's a great one,
especially because Daniel and Henrik Sedin are like what? They're the GMs now, or they're in hockey operations.
Player development.
Yeah, it's weird. They had, I think, some promotion,
dual role or something like that.
But they got to come to that game and be on the ice for Bergeron's return.
Yeah, get Roberto Luongo there too.
Oh my God, yes.
Really make me happy.
Yeah,
those ticket prices will
like
go.
A train.
If it's Vancouver, ticket prices are going down, so we won't have to worry about that.
Yeah, there's really just not enough good things to say about him, though. He's just the perfect human being, like the perfect hockey player, and he's missed. He is absolutely missed, and it's amazing to see how he was a shy guy at first, and then kind of bought into the culture as it went along, and learning from Chara too how to be more vocal and a big member of that locker room, and just leading by example. It's amazing, and I wish he got more than one cup, but it's still an honor that he was able to win one cup with us. So his jersey's gonna look up nice. Sorry, you go.
No, you're good. I feel like he actually pushed the culture another step further.
Yeah,
100%. I wouldn't even say that he embodied the culture. No, he turned that culture up.
He got it and then pushed it even further. Yeah.
Him and Chara. I mean, you can't discount Chara.
Yeah.
He did his thing.
He built the foundation,
and then Bergeron ran with it.
Yeah.
I mean, real quick on Chara too, just to say, I think Chara is easily one of the best captains in NHL history. Not just from a hockey perspective, but from an individual perspective as well, like who he was and stuff like that. And so to see that resonate in Bergeron, and how it could even flow down through that lineage, although there's no Bruins captain currently, but hopefully the one that is selected embodies that of what Bergeron and Chara have built in Boston. So it's great. I couldn't be happier for Bergie. It made me a little emotional. He and Marchand were the reasons I even found a passion again in hockey, and so to see that is spectacular.
He just has that kind of impact. Oh, sorry. I was just saying he has that kind of impact, man.
I couldn't agree with you more. I couldn't agree with you more, Jack. I really couldn't. We're going to move on to the mock draft. We're not doing the full round per se. So we're not going to go team by team. We're just going to really look at possibilities for the Boston Bruins, whether they could trade up for it, whether they stayed stagnant, or whether or not they move back. We really don't think they're going to move back. I'm of the belief that they're going to, if anything, they'll probably stand pat where they are at 23. They might try to dangle and see if they can move up a bit if there is a guy that they like. And so this is just kind of going to be a little bit all over the place here. But we'll start with, I guess, the players that they would trade up for. And it's going to be centered around players we necessarily believe that this team could use. And we'll start with Daxon Rudolph, who has a projection. He's a defenseman. He's projected to go between somewhere in the 7 to 14 range. I think he'll be higher than that. He's got excellent ratings. He's 6'2", 206 pounds. He's a right-handed defenseman. Bruins need him. He's been described as a high-end shooter and playmaker. That the puck explodes off his stick. Uses the shot as a playmaking tool, aiming for traffic and deceiving opponents before passing across the crease. He combines smooth, full reach handling with weight shifts and stutter steps and all of these great things. They say, though, he's late to recognize off-puck threats and rotations. He lacks a physical dimension, and he's idle when he needs to go and struggles to win pucks off of smaller opponents. And for a 6'2" guy at 206, that's a little bit concerning. But what have you guys read about him? Is this a guy that, if the Bruins were to trade up for him, how do you feel about him?
I wouldn't hate it. I actually, at first glance, I really like it. I think this guy has the making to be a Bruin. If he works on the things in which he's lacking right now, again, you know, he does need just to kind of work more on bringing up his defensive game, getting more of an instinct for it, and knowing when to, you know, go on the attack. And I think mentorship from our established D-men, he would really benefit from. Like, I could see him benefiting largely from the mentorship of Charlie McAvoy, Nikita Zadorov, and I even throw Hampus Lindholm in there if he's able to kind of return to the sheer excellence he showed at the start of his tenure with the Bruins. All those guys are, you know, big body and, you know, moving defensemen. Nikita on the lesser side, puck moving, but you know, I think those would be great mentors for him. And he has a great size. You know, I like what is on paper for him, and going to the NCAA next year is always good too. It's a great development league. He's going to be with the University of Denver. So he's actually also going to be playing along with Ryan Lynn, which is cool. Another player we might be kind of looking at. So yeah, I wouldn't hate it if it's straight up for him, but I think work needs to be done there. And important work that the Bruins development cannot, and I cannot express enough, they can't mess up on. They would need to handle this player properly. But I like him.
Yeah, no, I agree. Just from some of the highlights that I watched of his, he is a threat. He definitely moves the puck and he knows how to do it very well.
Yeah.
That's the one thing that concerns me is, are we going to have another Mason Lohrei threat where he's that kind of guy, but he doesn't back check. He doesn't get back to the puck, and he doesn't take the weak side very well.
That's what I was thinking of too, Cody. Kind of in the back of my mind, I'm like, oh, he's got the shades are there.
Mm-hmm. But like you said, under the right mentorship, I mean, he also has Chara to talk to too. One of the best defensemen that we ever had. So with the size that he has, he might be able to help him work with that. So I would like to see what we can do. I'd like to see him drop more than I would like to go up for him. But that's kind of my take on that.
Yeah. You know, I think if he doesn't get near, if it's 15 pick and he's not chosen, then that kind of changes things. But I got a feeling he's probably want to go in the 7 to 12 range. So, but yeah. Anyways, we keep
at least
going.
7 to 14.
Yeah.
Steve, how do you feel about, because I saw you react when you heard about the Lohrei S-type player, so that means he would require some insulation the same way that Lohrei would. I mean, does that concern you, or do you think the Bruins also need an offensive defenseman threat?
I'm not trading up for this kid. If he falls on our lap, maybe, but I still wake up in night terrors from Mason Lohrei.
Fucking hell.
And I don't want another style Mason Lohrei who doesn't play physically, who doesn't back check, he's just an offensive threat, and that's okay, and we can use it, but I'm not trading up for it. And quite frankly, I don't want anything to do with this kid at 6'2", and he's playing like soft. He's going to continue playing soft. He's going to just be an offensive threat and not really anything. We might as well keep Lohrei at that point.
I agree. I think at the height and the weight, like at 206 and 6'2", like he's gonna put on pounds. He is. Like they're gonna have him gain weight. So I mean, if you're just not gonna learn to take the body. By the way, he's been compared to Brant Clark, and shout out to Elite Prospects for doing a lot of the research on these prospects where we've taken much of this information from. So shout out to them. If you guys don't know about it, go on their website. It's absolutely amazing.
I was gonna say I thought EP had him at 6'3", but I guess 1 inch difference between the two of them isn't too much. I thought his main page said 6'3", but I don't know. I'm just making a quick little fix. But yeah,
sure.
6'2", 6'3", 206, and still doesn't play physical. I don't want anything to do.
You need more out of a guy like that.
If you're gonna have that size, you're gonna need to play like you.
I think it's capable. I think it could be there. There's no reason why not to think it can be. And I don't think we succumb to our doubts about that type of player because we have one right now. Like, yes, like Mason is it's been a frustration for sure. And we expect more out of him. But I think, again, with the right mentorship, I think you can actually get a lot more out of this player. I don't want to just conceive right away. But your points are still valid. If he's not physical right now, can he bring that? I think with the right work he can, but we don't know.
And maybe in NCAA it'll change up. Right.
Exactly. He's going from where he played before. What was in the WHL? No,
Prince Albert Raiders in the W.
Oh, okay. So it was a W. Yeah, he's going to a very more like physical, structured, kind of nasty, competitive, prideful league like the NCAA. You got your students there. You got they support their teams and it gets it's very competitive. Like you wear your school pride very, very proudly, and I just think the NCAA is a very good is a good test to see if you can handle very, very tight, competitive, contact heavy hockey.
I mean, shit, he's going to play in Denver, and odds are he's going to win a national title there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
he's going to a great squad. He's going to a really good squad, and Denver is always up there. And I think, I think they probably have another shot for sure. But I think that'll be a good indicator. I think seeing how his NCAA season goes, we'll see, okay, how this player go. But I'll kind of revise like my first impressions because I was like, oh yeah, maybe they trade up, but I don't know. After hearing you guys, I'm sort of like, I don't know if it's worth trading up for a player like that. If it kind of goes more, he falls in our lap, then maybe. But I don't know if I want to give up a player like that. Maybe, but it's interesting to look at.
No matter what, wherever he gets drafted, I'd still like to see where and how he does in the NCAA, just because playing against line ones, that's the thing. Yep. Very good hockey. 2, 3, and 4, very dwindling. Who's he playing? Who's his matchup? What's the matchups?
Yeah.
I'd like to see those and see how physical he gets with any of them, more so on the first liners.
Yeah, he's going to be going against...
If he's not battling first liners more times than not, he's not going to produce. He'll produce numbers. He'll be great. He'll be fantastic. But that's not the caliber of hockey we want to see.
Yeah, he's going to be going against some really good schools.
Daxon doesn't necessarily fit the Bruins mold as much as I think people would like to believe. I mean, it's the lack in the physicality that concerns me, and I agree with that. And, Bruins need a defenseman, and I think I'm hoping that's where they go this draft. And, the next guy on our list, again, we're going up, so he would have to trade up for him, likely, or maybe not. There is a chance. This draft is everywhere. If you go and you listen to other people's mock drafts, if you go see it, everyone's everywhere. There was a mock draft that I had that I saw people slated to go in the second round going as high as 15. Okay. That's okay. At 13, His range is between 5 and 18. This is a left shot defenseman. He's 5'11", 162 pounds. Steve's favorite kind of player is Xavier Villeneuve.
Oh, God.
He's been described as someone who can manipulate defenders with ultra quick feet and hands, massive scoring upside, but outcome hinges on his adding control and physicality to the puck. He lacks muscle mass, obviously, with being only 162 pounds. A lot of defensive skills, apparently, in terms of his stick positioning, but I think the physicality is what has people a little bit concerned. But a great puck mover, and effective with it. Again, it's just the physicality and his size. He's been compared to Lane Hudson and Shane Gosper. So I think the Lane Hudson comp to me is what kind of brought me into this player. And be like, because Lane Hudson went in round 2, and he's looking like he's going to be a bona fide number 1 defenseman on their team. He played for the Blainville Boysburg Armada in the Q, and he had 38 points. How about it, fellas?
I mean, if we're out on a player like Rudolph, are we really going to consider a player like, how do I say his last name? Villeneuve. Are we really going to be in a player like him?
Yes.
He lacks even more. He lacks
Yes.
even more. He lacks even more size. He has some of the same struggles as a player like Rudolph. He has a smaller frame, is still developing on the defensive front, and lacks some key areas for that. So I have from the notes and information I took, I kind of were like an out, in, or maybe on these players. I was out on him. I think he's going to be great, but I'm out. Sorry, I'm out.
I was actually in on this player.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Really? A 5'11", 162 pound guy. Steve is in on.
Yeah,
but
and he's not in on Rudolph.
6'2", 206 pounder seems like
I
fucking
this one. I want to hear this.
I got to shout out my boy Johnny O real quick, because we got into a heated discussion about the mock draft, and he brought this guy's name up and kind of convinced me on the upside of this player, because he can add weight, but his skill, his offensive talent is more than the guy that we just talked about, and he has the potential to actually run the power play.
A comparison to Lane Hudson is already very strong. I mean, that guy's
exactly. The comp to Hudson is very strong, but if this guy has that much more offensive capabilities than the other guy, I don't doubt we can put some muscle on this guy and teach him some good defensive skills. But mainly, we're trying to get rid of Lohrei for a guy who's going to be better than Lohrei and actually can quarterback a power play, because our power play is god awful.
Can't argue that.
Nope, completely agree with that. I honestly, for this guy, he's going to be you. Let's start there.
He is.
He's going
to
be
you. He's a Boston guy. He's a
guy even more.
He's a Boston guy. He's going to the NCAA and he's going to BU. So you know that maybe Sweeney's had his eye on him because he knows he's going to be in the Northeast. So you know what? That just I looked at my notes and I have that as well. I was completely disregarding that. Okay.
I didn't even know he was going to BU. So
yes,
I'm not now. I'm doubling down on this. So.
Double down.
All the chips
I actually was out on this guy. I really was, only for the fact of he's too high. He's too high for us right now. I don't like Sweeney trading up. He fumbles the fucking ball. He fumbles the fucking ball.
He does.
You think he's gonna drop?
I genuinely think he's going to drop, because all three of you are talking about the same problems: his size and his weight.
I haven't said anything about his size. Have not said anything about his size. I'm going to correct you there. These two, however, definitely said something about his size.
Yes.
100% valid. But like you said, he can put on some meat. There's smaller defensemen every year. The pool of defensemen is just getting smaller and smaller in size, not just capacity, size. That's our biggest issue right now. This year, all the defensemen are 6'3" at most, maybe 215. Most of them averaging about 185.
Yeah, but
what are we doing here?
Muscle. But you know they'll gain muscle. Like the guys that are 6'2", 6'3".
They're also 17 and 18-year-olds, so I get it. They're going to grow. Height-wise, not so much, but weight-wise, they're going to put on some fucking muscle.
It's the 6 foot and above that I'm not worried about. It's the 5'11" and under that I am worried about being able to put on a lot of weight and being able to retain it at their elite level. They do just the way that the aerodynamics are and everything like that. But
aerodynamics.
But with respect to Villeneuve, shut the fuck up, Jack. I'm gonna put you in timeout. I'm gonna put you in timeout, Jack.
You want to put me in timeout?
I am
Give me
gonna
my
put you in
pacifier.
timeout.
Give
Yeah,
me my
we're gonna-
pacifier
we're gonna
then. Give me my
I will.
pacifier, bitch.
So where's the cat?
She's not here right now. I was petting her
Where's my
earlier.
kid's binky? I was gonna give it to you.
Give me
The
the
fact
binky.
that Villeneuve is going to be you, and this will be a wonderful trip for Felger and Maz if they select Villeneuve, because Felger and Maz are going to have a conniption fit about how much they pick on BC or BU players. Like, it's ridiculous, and they say stay out of the Northeast.
I said the same thing. Just saying.
Just saying.
So I'm gonna finish off with this. Off my elite prospects reconnaissance. Total of 57 games played, 53 points, 53 penalty minutes, 13 goals, 40 assists, 0.93 points per game with a plus minus of plus 11.
Sign him
Honestly,
yesterday.
Yeah.
Production. But if he
he's
falls
projected
into
high,
our
though.
lap, checkmate. Let's get him.
Yeah, so then are we kind of in agreement here that, like, do we want to move up for a player like this, because he's high projected? He's projected almost 10 spots earlier than where we're gonna pick.
Yeah,
So,
but other projections have him like following late too. So
Like almost
again,
32.
it's size.
So-
And you also got to remember too, it also depends on what other teams need.
yeah.
So whoever picks at 13, I don't know who that is. They might just say nope. But I will say this: Flyers might look at him, but I don't know if the Flyers will take him, because the Flyers don't really have that many big defensemen. So it's just kind of like, why are you going to get smaller? Like, you know what I mean? I would think the Flyers would aim for more of a center-esque type role. They're the only ones that I would really worry about if they're going to pick Villeneuve.
Or a defenseman with size. That's might be what they're targeting.
If he goes
13 is
past
the
like,
Islanders.
if he goes past 15,
He's
it's
probably
anyone's game.
dropping.
Yeah, he's probably dropping then. And you said
he's going to drop though.
you said the Islanders at 13, Cody. Okay,
Islanders at 13.
they already
You know,
have a
Toronto-
Matthew Schaefer, who's 5'11".
Yeah.
Never mentioned. He's their all-star defenseman. So I don't
Islanders
think
are
they need
going
another-
wing.
Yeah,
I think the Islanders are going
They need
going.
offense for the
They're
past
going.
however many years. They need offense. So
Now, the guy I want, and I wish that we would trade up for, is Ryan Lynn. He's projected 15th, but between the range of 12 and 18, it can really depend on this guy. He's a right-handed shot defenseman. He's 5'11" and a quarter. He's 177 pounds, so he's light, but he plays a remarkably consistent defensive game and puck-moving game as well. A high probability top tier 4 defenseman.
Yeah.
He runs the power play. He kills penalties. He impacts the game in all 3 zones. He's a strong in zone defender despite his size. And he gets pucks through forechecks. This is a guy, and he played for Canada in the U18. 1 goal, 5 assists, 6 points. Great. A guy I think we desperately need. It just doesn't seem there's much flaw in his game. I'm sure there is, but you need someone on the right side, and if that's the guy you trade up for, I think you trade up for Ryan Lynn. You need a power play quarterback because McAvoy ain't doing it.
yeah, I mean,
He ain't doing it.
He's only projected 2 more than a Villeneuve. So again, if a player like that maybe falls a bit later, then you never know. Maybe you don't have to trade up. But yeah, I don't hate him either. I have him as like more of a maybe for me, but a great potential defensive prospect as well. And if maybe we're willing to trade up, it could be a player that's worth doing so, especially because he's projected to be within that top 4 defender range if we're ready to talk about a player like that. And he's also, again, going to University of Denver, so he's going to have a chance to play with another top pick as well. Not that really matters too much. It's just kind of cool. But he's also going to UDen. So NCAA, good hockey, top team. He's going to play some great hockey.
And before Cody goes, I want to mention that he does have some comms to Mackenzie Weegar, which does concern me a little bit, because as I think good as Mackenzie Weegar has been, I I think Uyghur regressed, and I just hope Ryan Lynn can excel past that. That's my only concern.
He did wigwesh.
Wigwesh. Go ahead, Cody. I'm sorry. I know you.
You're good. You're good. I liked hearing that actually.
I just like making fun of Cam's speech sometimes, but then he tells me to go in timeout. So
yeah, put a binky in it, Jack.
Put you in timeout. Put a binky in it, Jack. That's right. Sit down. Oh, you're already sitting down. Stand up.
Be humble. All right. No, I mean the Mackenzie Uyghur comparison, the Mackenzie Uyghur comparison, honestly,
Mackenzie Uyghur,
bite the hand that feeds you, gentlemen. That's right. Go ahead.
Mackenzie Uyghur. The comparison honestly didn't really bother me because they are two different people. We don't know how he's gonna be. That's just looking from the outside looking in, right? But I actually did like this guy a lot, especially from his highlights. His U18 Worlds was really great. He had a good showing there. His blue line presence is what I really like. And he's not afraid to pinch down when he needs to. But he knows when to do it. Not just doing it for the fucking shits and giggles of it. It's doing it with a purpose. So that's why I really liked him. And just getting involved. He gets involved where he needs to. That's my biggest thing.
Just gets involved, man.
Gets involved with the play. Pinches down, gets dirty. He's not afraid to hit. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah, could be worth trading up for. Could be.
It could be worth
guy his size.
A couple places up. Yeah, I would. I'd do it.
Yeah.
But again, would I like to see him come in at 23rd? Yes, please. Don't even do anything. Don't touch nothing. Just take him. But
don't think it's going to happen though.
I don't think it's going to happen.
16.
Nope,
so
I don't either.
You have to consider it. You have to consider making some move.
And that's why I would consider for Ryan Lynn.
Java, what do you got to add? Anything?
He's probably the only player I'd actually trade up for.
It's fair.
So,
I would trade up for Gavin McKenna too, but we're not getting that.
Well,
no.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
I'm gonna
know. Just how realistic are we going to be?
Just like they do all the time.
Yeah. I mean, realistically, he's probably the only player that I'd trade up for, and I wouldn't absolutely tear Don Sweeney a new one if he traded up to get him. That's about it. So, like, I think, watching some of his highlights, like, he does have a good blue line presence, and basically just everything Cody said just kind of hit home, right, from where I was watching. And I was like, okay. He does seem like he's more capable as a defenseman than the other guys, and he seems, I wouldn't say he's ready, but he has a solid foundation to which the Bruins can build on for creating a better D-man.
Fair enough.
The next guy is a center. He's projected anywhere to go.
Don't need him.
Out.
Listen, Josh, you all are encourageable, all of you. He has shades of Joel Eriksson Ek, not bad, but then it gets to Jake Evans, who's a 3C.
Are we talking about the Swedish guy? No, get him out.
Bruins fans, are you ready for another Swede?
Get him out
for another Swede?
No, absolutely not.
It is, baby.
Get him
Swedish
out.
Center.
A Swedish center. Fuck.
Alexander Command, who is a center. He is 6 foot and he's basically 6 foot 0.5 inches. And he's 186 pounds. He's a left-handed shot. I don't think we really need another one of those centers, especially when we have Higgins and Letourneau. But he's apparently among the most competitive players in the class. He's very physical for his size at 186 pounds. Pretty surprising. Kind of, I guess, reminds you a little bit of Pavel Zacha. He has the playmaking and finishing chops to project as a third-line NHL center. So that's great. I think we have plenty of those. It's just one. This isn't one I want. This is just one I think the Bruins will just lick their chops at just because they absolutely love middle six talent.
Swedish middle six talent.
Yep, Swedish
middle six centers.
Apparently, he's got a wicked wrister.
Wow.
Not the greatest skater though, which does concern me because I am looking for someone who
sounds
can
like a Bruin already.
Yeah.
So, guys, have at it. I don't know. Do you guys want to bring in another Swede?
No, not really. Look, I respect that. Even for his kind of size and ability, he's competitive. He's physical. Swedish, gotta like it. But you gotta note that, I mean, at his crack at the SHL this season, he had 0 points in 6 games. But then good amount of points with the U20 national team they have, and then basically point a game in the playoffs that they had. It looks like he's going to be playing for that next, like starting with that U20 national team next year, and then maybe correct the SHL roster depending on how well his season begins and how well it goes on. After it starts, that doesn't really make sense. But like how well he does at the start of the season, if it goes well and he's doing well, they might have him a crack at the big boy team. But I don't know. Nothing really about this player interests me too much. I respect him for the prospect he is. He's definitely got some fight, but I just don't think we need another center in our prospect pool.
Even if he falls into our lap, fucking send it. Don't even do it. Next. No upside for me. What did I have in my notes here? I had would fit in with physicality and compete, but I'm worried about being another depth guy. I just don't need it.
He lacks the eye and talent. I mean, that's something we want to need,
And he really doesn't have a lot of offensive upside, in my opinion. Not worth it.
Steve, would you compare him to a Trent Frederick?
Nah. I wouldn't.
Trent Frederick is at least a mean Canadian. This guy's probably like oh, hello, I'm Swedish. I'm nice.
Yeah, I mean,
they skate the same.
Yeah.
They probably do skate the same. And here's my problem, right? So I don't care that he's Swedish, whatever. I just want talent. But the fact of the matter is, if we draft this guy, he's just gonna rot down in Providence like all of our other centers. And why draft another center that's isn't gonna pan out? But my real issue with this is, and I'm getting angry just thinking about this is exactly the type of player and the type of bullshit Don Sweeney would pull. He would. Oh,
get him, Steve. Get him, Steve.
Yeah, he's
at 23rd overall too. He's like, yep.
Like, oh yeah, this guy can't
trading up for him.
He just knows how to compete, and he's a little physical. Oh, he's a bottom 6 talent. Oh, this is the exact guy we need.
He's getting so excited. He's like, oh, bottom 6 talent. Oh, I need it.
That's the job saving pick right there, baby.
He's just gonna hit him with the Riley Reid friggin' meme. He's like, oh, I'm gonna hate it. I cannot stand it. And I swear to God, if we end up
on Father's Day, man.
If we draft this guy at 23, you will see me potentially go postal. I will not let this be unforgotten.
He will go to Warrior Arena. He will go outside of it and protest. He'll be like,
Steve,
come out here,
Warrior,
come get me.
No. He'll go inside. Guns blazing. No, he'll go in.
Like straight up. This cannot happen. But this is exactly something Don Sweeney would do, and I am getting so mad right now.
I can see the steam coming off of you.
My blood pressure just spiked. It's so bad. And it's a definite no for me, guys. It's definite.
It's a no for me, Haas.
If it wasn't clear enough, I'm out on this player.
Again, I just wouldn't be surprised that this is a player that the Bruins looking at. All Don Sweeney saw was the word physical.
And lacks a high-end talent, offensive talent.
He's foaming at the mouth.
Perfect. That's exactly the Bruin we're gonna get. We're fine where we are right now. We can re-sign our whole team. We can keep Tanner Jeannot. We're just gonna run it back again. It's gonna be great. We're gonna bring back Peak.
This is not
right,
helping.
Steve. We're gonna bring back Peak.
This is not helping, Jack. This is not helping.
I know. I'm sorry.
Steve,
I'm trying to Yankee Chang a little bit. I'm just trying to get him going.
Yeah. No, I'm trying to save myself for the rage that I'm going to have in about a half hour. It's not even funny.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Let's get one step closer to that then.
We're getting close to the end of the picks. We only had 7 of them. So one I really like is a left wing, Nikita Klepov.
I like this guy a lot. I really like him.
He's 6 feet. He's 180 pounds. Left-handed shooter. He was the OHL's leading scorer. He creates high cycle and give goes. He's always working and battling. He has a second line upside. His skills, physical. He has strong defensive ability. He has good motor. He has a bottomless tank of energy that has been described of him. He works to get the puck back, hunting it deep in the opposition zone, establishing body position on pucks, and turning steals into more offense, which is great. That's kind of something you need. But the downside is there was a feeling that he tends to force plays. His D zone exits need work, and his offensive zone retrievals just need a little bit of work. But a guy who is of average height, I would say, could put on some weight, but someone who could be a solid left wing on maybe the second line, or maybe if he develops, maybe even line one.
I'm surprised the leading scorer in the OHL didn't crack 100 points. I guess the OHL is not it. It's still
well, he had 97 points. I mean, that's still pretty good.
I know,
Easy Jack, and if any Canadians are hearing you, they are going to riot. I'm
just saying. I thought like they would at least crack like even like 101, 102 points. But I'm just being picky, I guess. But I mean, that's still really impressive. I mean, that's almost 100-point season, and he's got a lot of great tools in his toolkit. And I think he'd be a really, really dynamic player. But kind of struggles a little bit with those decision making, exits and and kind of making smart decisions. So that's worth noting. But on paper, I really like this guy. Another Russian machine.
He is American.
What?
Yeah, he was born in America. He was born in Florida.
Oh, all right.
There you go. Wow, way to stereotype someone from their last name, Jack.
I was looking at his. I was looking at his
Russian though.
I was looking at his. It was from his. I was looking at his Elite Prospects profile, and I'm like, oh, okay, he's Russian, but I didn't see that he was born from there. So
I mean, he has shades of Dylan Holloway, guys. Like, and that's look who Dylan Holloway turned into. I mean, that's good for me.
Yeah. I mean, out of the 6 years that Elite Prospects has for his stats, 164 games, 83 goals, 129 assists, 85 penalty minutes. I'm going to emphasize that 85 penalty minutes. Some better than others.
Dude,
that's not.
Dude like likes to get down and dirty.
Oh, he does, which is fine. Plus 12. Big frame for 17. Really good skill. Again, if he falls, great. Don't know if he will or not. We'll see what happens. Probably not going to trade up for him.
Yeah, I would like to formalize. He is from Deerfield Beach, Florida. Good. He has the Russian flag, and I was like, wow, I love that. Good.
I mean, he is. He played.
Don't stand your moral ground, Cameron.
He did. Whatever. Yeah.
I'm probably not trading up for him either. If he falls, it's a good option, especially since we do need a left winger because we're oversaturated at center, and we're just expecting every center that we draft to go play on their wing. So it'd be a nice change of pace. He does seem like he has the talent, and he could develop into, a solid LW2. So I mean, there's upside, and it's kind of out of the box for what Don Sweeney is usually looking for. So I doubt we'll get him. But
maybe Don will surprise us. Maybe Don is just going to surprise us, guys, and he's going to start doing everything that we aren't expecting. And we're going to, by the end of the summer, we're going to be singing his praises. I just don't think that's going to happen, though.
I don't think I'll ever sing Don Sweeney's praises.
Nope.
That's worth a shot. Worth a shot, guys. I tried.
You try, but it's just not going to happen. It's like, oh, finally he did something right. Finally, it only took him 10 years. But no, I mean, there's upside to this guy. But again, I'm with Cody. I don't think I'm going to trade up and trade assets for a guy like this.
When you said that, Steve, I literally just had the meme of, oh, good for you. That meme literally just popped into my fucking head. I was like, oh my God, yes.
That's the epitome of Don Sweeney right there.
Uh-huh.
We got 2 more players left. This one is probably one that if we stood pat on, we would get him. Liam Ruck, he's a right wing, 5'11" 3/4, 176 pounds. He's a right shot, right wing, obviously. He's ranked between 19 and 30. He's projected to go 24. He is described as the master of quick possession game, landing high skill passes, snipes goals like crazy, and beats opponents on the first touch. Speed and physical skill are next to become a middle six scorer. Again, it's the middle six piece that does kind of concern me just a smidgen. and his entries need some work. He's relatively dynamic. His brother, Marcus Ruck, twins, is also eligible for this draft. And it is rumored that the Bruins are, of course, interested in both of them.
So when would where's the twin ranked? We don't have many notes on him. Is he just
I don't have that, but I
end?
believe Marcus is in the second or third round.
Okay. Oh my God. Yeah, we definitely would. We so would just get both of them. I don't hate it. I don't hate this player. I think there's some work there, like all of them. But I'm actually pretty in on this player. He's a right winger. Anyone who just doesn't have like center at the forefront, I'm pretty interested in. He had a crazy season in the WHL and great playoffs as well too. I think it could be a very good choice for the Bruins to draft at 23rd. So I wouldn't hate a player like this, but it's just my opinion.
Yeah, if all other options are off the table, I mean, Liam Ruck is still on the board. Everybody else that we've already talked about has been picked. Fine. Absolutely fine with it.
I think there's a good chance that might be the case. It would be nice if it's not, but I wouldn't be too down on this player. I think there's some upside there.
There definitely is.
It's nothing like super crazy, but you're not always going to get that, especially with the 23rd pick. Hey, look, we got Letourneau at 25th, and that's obviously looking amazing, but you're not always guaranteed that. So I think, someone like this, I think there's some things, oops, I almost just slurred. Some things to like, but some things to be, on the forefront about. I don't. Does it say who he's playing for? No, so it doesn't say who he's playing for next year. So that's worth noting. But
I'm a big stats guy. So again, I got some more stats: 90 games, 55 goals, 65 assists, 120 points, 44 penalty minutes. Very low. Very happy with that.
Yeah, that's
57.
So he's generally generating more when he's on the ice and being more of a benefactor.
He's a benefactor of being on the ice.
I'll put it to you this way: he's compared to Teuvo Teravainen.
Yeah, that's good
not a
enough
bad
for me,
player.
man. I'll take him. One. Absolutely take him.
Yeah.
Steve,
I think it's one of the most realistic. Let's Steve going to say, but probably when we're looking at the players who are going to be going and who we might want to consider trading up for, he's probably going to be the one sitting there where it's like, okay, might as well take this guy. But we'll have to see. That's the whole thing.
Where's this guy from?
Canada.
He's from. How do you say this? Osoyoos, British Columbia.
I just had I thought you were just having a stroke for a second, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. And however you pronounced it, it's probably better than how I could ever do it in my entire life.
Osoyoos.
But what did you use?
What did you use? I use Osoyoos.
Freaking crazy. He played for the Medicine Hat Tigers in the W. So I mean, he's from Canada, and wherever from. Jack just so poorly described because I'm not going to give
be my guest. Go for it.
I'm not. I can't. I don't.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's also sauce. British Columbia.
So it sounds like applesauce.
Wait, it's awesome sauce. I don't.
Awesome sauce. Awesome applesauce.
This guy is
applesauce.
Crazy dude. I can't. I can't.
Yeah. So, if he's available at 23. And we have no other options, I'm okay with it. I mean, it's most likely going to be this guy because he's going to be available. Or the other guy that we're all out on because, again, it's just such a Don Sweeney move that it's going to make me take a 45 ACP bullet straight to the dome. And fine. But
not even that federal round.
Yeah, it's like, it's just, I don't know. I'm okay with it. I have a lot of concerns with this guy, but I think there is a potential to upside that can outweigh after he gets some more development, especially if he decides to commit to a school and play NCAA hockey where they can develop some of the things that I'm concerned about, and just basically getting him more time. But I wouldn't be terribly disappointed over this.
What
guy.
are you concerned about specifically? I'm interested in knowing.
Entries.
Yep.
And because that's a big part, right? Like that's one of the biggest part of the game at the NHL level. It's like,
and being a winger as well, too, you need to be able to go to your entry,
exactly,
be able to be open and find that lane,
yep.
and be able to get behind the defenseman. So
because we know what games look like when we don't have clean entries. They're pretty awful.
They make you want to pull your hair out.
Yeah,
unbearable to watch.
If watching this past Stanley Cup playoff has taught us anything, is the teams that can compete and go deep have majority of the time have their entries and D zone exits be pretty solid. And if that's what it takes to compete, for a Stanley Cup, then we should be looking at that as well. And we've seen it over and over last year where we've had really good games where our breakouts are awesome, and our ozone entries are terrible, and we lose the game. And then we have a game where all systems are firing, where our breakouts are awesome, our zone entries are awesome. We ended up winning the game. We look really good. It's just we need to start looking at what other teams are doing to make it there. So that's why the entries are such a big concern for me. But I think that will happen in development if he is allowed to develop properly.
I think that's a good point, Steve. Like, you bring up, but I think I'm agreeing with you. I think Liam Ruck, we'll get to it at the end, but I think Liam Ruck is probably going to be the Bruins pick. I think it's a good pick for them, and I think it's a risk worth taking. Mm-hmm. The last player that we have, just so we can get through this, and then we'll actually talk about who we think the Bruins, out of these 7 players that we've listed, or if you guys even have one you've done research on, you can mention who you guys pick, is Yegor Shilov. He's a center left wing, 6 foot tall. He's 177 pounds. He's a left shooter. He's known to play the game at his own pace. He shifts defenders around and creates lanes. He's projected to be a potential number 2 center, but it hinges on his ability to add pace and urgency to his game. He is supposedly pretty good defensively, at least where he puts his stick, but I guess he's been labeled as one of the draft's most frustrating prospects because it seems like when he gets comfortable, he doesn't play as hard. Which is a concern for me, and it's not something I really want to see out of a Bruin, because just because you get comfortable in a league doesn't mean you can stop improving. And so I think for me, he's projected to go between 19 and 38. I think he's going to be lower, on the lower side of that. He's projected 26 per league prospects, but I just look at the other players that we mentioned, and Shilov does not seem like the guy I want.
Yeah, nothing much more to add there. I mean, I think he's got some good size to him, potential number 2 center, but we might have enough centers, but he is listed as center left wing. Good stats in the QMJHL, but again, just because we have enough centers, it's oversaturated position. I'm not super sold on him, and some of the things he has to work on too can be pretty frustrating. As it seems like he's one of the most frustrating players we're looking at in this draft and what they're capable of. So not much more there. Probably just pass on him.
Don Sweeney's gonna fuck it up again and not pick Liam Ruck and pick this dumb schmuck.
Cody, don't even put that. Why did you have to say that? Why did you have to put that out into the world?
My notes say we don't need another rookie center. That's all I had to say about him.
Shilov is just a Beecher light.
Don't need him. Yep. Don't need a Busch Light. Don't need a Bud Light. Don't need a Beecher Light.
Yep.
Give me a Michelob Ultra.
Yep. The golfer's beer.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm out on this guy. I don't want this guy anywhere near my team. From everything I've read, I've watched highlights on him, and he's okay. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, he's got talent, but it's the aspect of like that laziness of him getting comfortable in the league, and he just decides not to try or improve. That's kind of that is totally against Bruins culture, right? It's not a good match for us. And hot take, I think he drops to mid second round, if not third round. Just
That's
saying.
where I was thinking too.
Not bad.
Jeez.
Not bad.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of who you guys think out of all the prospects and any prospects that maybe you know of, or who do you guys think the Bruins take at 23? Well, let me ask you. It's a two-parter. Do you guys think they stay where they are, or do they trade up? And then obviously, who do they pick for your selection? I can start with, I think if they stay where they are, I think it's going to be difficult to move up in this draft. And I think they do take Liam Ruck if he's not already taken.
Same thing as you, Goosey. Just keeping it short and simple. I mean, it's gonna be tough to move up in the draft like this. It can always be a bit tough, you know. And with what's available, I don't know. I don't know if we have what it takes. I don't know if we have a general manager who has what it takes, you know. So I think what's likely going to happen is we get Liam Ruck, and I'd be okay with that. But I guess we'll see. I don't mind Ruck though.
I would hope to see Ryan Lynn. That's my hope.
Yeah,
But that's we all know how that goes. We hope while we want. I think it's going to be Liam Ruck. But again, we have Don Sweeney as a GM, so the sky's the fucking limit.
Who fucking knows, dude?
I think we stand pat because Don Sweeney loves standing pat, and I think part of that is this is a tough draft to move up with because we don't have the assets to get rid of.
You do. You're just
we
it would be more for a rebuild if you did it.
Yeah, and
Yes.
I don't see them moving draft picks around or even like a Lorai or a Corpusalo or a Patra in the draft for this type of stuff. I think they stand pat, but there's another kid out there, Tommy Bleyl. I don't know I don't know how to say his name. It's Bleyl.
I think it's
Bleyl, right? And I wouldn't be surprised if the Bruins drafted this kid, whether that be with 23 or second round. Right shot defenseman, two-way offensive talent. He's a little undersized with weight, but the weight can be put on. But he is more of an offensive threat than, but he has a good two-way game and he can get back. One of my buddies turned me on to this kid and I kind of started Googling him. He's in the W right now, I believe. And I think he's committed to play at Michigan State, which, they're not great, but it's still, you have to still play against Michigan and whatnot. So I think it's good exposure and we could see where he goes. And I don't know about this kid, but it seems like a Don Sweeney type move to look at this kid and be like, oh, maybe he's got what it takes. But I think odds are probably Ruck. Most likely. Yeah,
Wow.
it's probably Ruck, but I'm kind of in on Villeneuve, to be honest.
All right. So Steve, Villeneuve or Ruck?
Yeah.
What do you think?
It's probably gonna be Ruck, but I'm hoping for Villeneuve.
All right. So I'll put it this way. What I hope for, probably Ryan Lynn. So I'm with Cody on that one. I wouldn't hate Villeneuve. I think it's going to be Ruck because I don't think Klepov reaches us, and I think Klepov is going to go. I'd also like Klepov if we were going to be honest with each other. But I would my pick and my choice if I was the GM would be trying to get Ryan Lynn because of what you need.
I'll voice that as well. I like Ryan Lynn.
I don't mind him. I wouldn't hate that either. Not gonna lie.
I also wouldn't hate Gavin McKenna, but that's a pipe dream.
That's more than a pipe dream, brother.
We're gonna move
feel
on.
Bad for Gavin.
So don't I. We're gonna move on to. We're gonna combine the final two topics. We're gonna talk because I believe they go hand in hand here on what to do with Pavel Zacha, Matthew Patra, Middlestat, and Lorai, and whether or not Sweeney is going to be in the hot seat.
Ooh.
If he isn't already, because Patra is an RFA, Middlestat and Zacha are both UFAs to be, along with Lorai as well. And there's just there's just been a lot of moves since the Stanley Cup final has concluded, and Sweeney's been too quiet for my taste. But after seeing what's been moved, like Samoskevich got you a first-round pick and a second-round pick that's conditional. The price for Zacha just went up.
Yep.
Because what were his total points and like his accolades? Not that.
Samoskevich had 32
inviting.
points. 32 points. Zacha doubled that. Now, albeit Samoskevich is younger, but you're banking on that kid to turn out great. You don't need to bank on Zacha, who's already a proven NHL talent. Consistently.
You know what you're getting. You know what you're getting when you get Zacha.
He's proved his consistency. That was the big thing when he came to Boston. It was like, can this guy take a next step? He did. He benefited him from a fresh start with the Bruins, and he's been consistent since then. And I think there's like conversations around whether he can continue that same pace he had this past year. But I think he's still going to be a really valuable player for whoever he's with.
I agree. I mean, I hope it's with us. I'd like to keep Zacha, but again, now that Samoskevich got his deal, let's kind of see what's going to happen. We could use him.
I think you take more calls on Zacha now. Yep. I think now if you're Sweeney, you need to be like, okay, so what's my guy worth now?
They are. So they already have announced that they are taking calls on Pavel Zacha, and I'm with Cody. I would rather keep Zacha, but you understand he's gonna want to pay a raise.
Yeah, a good one too.
No. It looks like we don't know. So, and also tangential to that, if you're going to pay him, let's say $7 million, do you want that in the back nine of his career, or would you prefer it in a guy like Mason McTavish? Just an example, a guy like Mason McTavish, who the Bruins have also been linked to in the front nine of his career. That's another thing to think of.
I would rather pay somebody in the front than the back, but also banking on that he actually performs.
Does your wife know you would rather that? I'm just wondering.
Jesus. She doesn't know shit. She really doesn't know anything. She doesn't ask stupid questions. She doesn't want the stupid answers.
Amen.
We're gonna send her the link to this episode now.
She knows where it is.
Then I'm gonna owe her the biggest apology the next time I see her. I'm gonna be like so apologetic. I just be like, you do know it was just a joke. She doesn't know me like that, I guess. Steve looks like he has some.
She knows how to find it. She doesn't know how to watch the show though.
God. Steve, what do you have to add on Zacha? Because like we can go on about this. Like
it's tough. I think I'm with you guys though. Like I'd rather keep Zacha, but also like we can't deny that Pasta needs help. And if we can flip Zacha for something good to make this team that much better, I think we need to do it. And I said this last year too. I'm like, if we're doing okay by the trade deadline and Zacha is doing phenomenal, like I'm not taking calls on him, right? Like
we had that conversation earlier on the season when he popped off. We were like, and then it was released. People are asking about Zacha. They want him.
Yeah, so because why wouldn't you want him? Because especially if you're trying to contend and you're just on this dumb as shit Bruins team that's led by fucking Don Sweeney who doesn't know his ass from his elbow. Like, yeah, of course. Right? It's the fact that matters. It's like we're at the stage now where we need to flip assets. And as much as it would suck to see him go, because I do love Zacha and I do love his game, and he's been the highlight of my season so far because he's been so consistent and he's been such an impactful player. It would suck to see him leave, but like I'm trying to watch my team win a Stanley Cup, and we need talent and we need to do something about it. So what's going to make the team better?
It's hard, right? It's hard because he's being consistent. He's still in his prime and he has much more to offer, and he's close to David Pastrnak. So it's just like, what do you risk? You know what I mean? Think about it. Do you risk pissing off David Pastrnak even more than he already is? Or do you try to explain it to him and say, look, here's where we are. You want to win a cup. You want the help. This is the path that's going to get us there. What do you value more? And that's a really hard thing to go and say to your star forward and be like, do you value winning a championship? Do you value friendship more? Because there is that business aspect to the game too, right?
Mhm.
I have to ask this to you, Steve, then. Do you risk, like, flipping him for someone like Mason McTavish? Do you think McTavish is someone who then makes the team that much better? No, you said that's something you want to keep Zacha, which I'm in agreement for as well. But it's like, what maybe do we have to offer right now? And I think we're talking about that. There might be more to Zacha now than we think, but it's like if we were connected to someone like Mason McTavish, is he someone who's worth bringing in? I don't know.
I don't know either. I would say that McTavish does have a little bit more of an upside because he is younger. And
I
he
think
can get used to our system faster, but not necessarily faster. It's just I think he can get used to our system, but I think that with his youth, as long as he continues to produce and play the game that we've seen, I think it would be an okay trade.
I think Pavel Zacha, I'm sorry, not Pavel Zacha. I think Mason McTavish is the player we traded for when we traded for Pavel Zacha in New Jersey. Like, you know what I mean? I see them as near identical career paths, except I think Mason McTavish's ceiling is higher than Pavel Zacha's because he's younger. But we got them around the same. I think we got Pavel Zacha around 24 years old. I think we got him around there. So I mean, they're
crazy.
They're
Like he was older.
Yeah, similar enough in age.
25-ish, yeah.
Yeah, so similar enough in age. I think McTavish had a down year because he had the same issues with his contract that Jeremy Swayman had, so he missed training camp. But if I'm going to take Mason McTavish, I'm also taking Olin Zellweger, the left defenseman, and they can take Lowry. We can get a little bit more back because I think Anaheim
follow too. Sweeten the pot.
So, but Anaheim, they're ready. They're ready to go. They seem like they're ready to go and make efforts for it. So
they made the second round, man. It's not easy.
Yep.
And they need veterans.
They do.
So then maybe you trade. So you, I mean, as much as it would probably hurt for them to say goodbye to someone like McTavish. You bring in someone like Zacha instead.
They don't care. They have Cutter Gauthier, Leon Carlson.
Yeah. Okay, so then you bring in someone like Zacha or someone else who's grizzled. Maybe that helps.
Sure, give them that grit. I think the Zacha situation, that's a hard one.
Yeah.
But when you go and look at if he's the guy that can make your team that much better by getting rid of him, and then you couple it with other things, and then you get that much better of a piece back, sure. Because I have to say this. Minton has been serviceable at the 1C position. So has Elias Lindholm. Don't at me. I don't mean it in the sense of point production. I mean in the sense of face-offs and other things. But you have those guys can also play 2C. So can Zacha benefit you by getting rid of him and getting a piece that really is a gaping hole? I say if you can, do it. But is Don Sweeney going to do that? Maybe not. Probably not.
No.
More than likely not.
And then
no shot.
You look at the guy. I'll go into Lowry now too, because you think about Lowry, because if you take back Olin Zellweger or something like that, you need an RD2, and Bruins are also taking calls on Mason Lowry. So now what do you do with him? Kid's 25 years old. He had a decent campaign this year, 26 points, and he was a plus 17. Is he really the problem? Or, what do you look at? Do you really want to give up on the kid too soon? Admittedly, I'm hot and cold with Lowry, but it's another difficult decision because he's a pending UFA.
It's not a difficult decision.
Well, not for Steve, apparently. Or
it's the easiest decision.
I'm leaning a little bit more towards Cam. I'm not the biggest fan of him still, but it's like, well, no, actually, I don't know. Like, he can't play at defense. Like, I guess you can try to give him another year to learn to play defense, but it's like this guy.
Then what do? He's a UFA if you don't sign him. Do you wait until trade deadline?
I guess he walks. I don't want him to, but I guess he walks.
No. Get what you can for him.
No.
Dump that shit.
I think it would be good.
No.
I think it would be good.
No. No.
He's waving the finger. Just waving the finger.
I want to get something for him. I want to, but I'm like, if it's not, then
no. Honestly, I would actually. So depending on who we're talking to, if we're talking to the Ducks, package them with Zacha. It's not spicing any deal up. It's just here's a defense that we're trying to get rid of. Give us something back. Get McTavish, like you said, Cam. Get a lefty. whatever. We can use him.
Do the Ducks want him? Probably
I'll-
not.
Probably
put it
not.
this way.
But guess what? We could package him anyway.
I'll put it this way: Michael Kesselring got San Jose. I think Buffalo moved up. I can't remember the exact deal, but if Michael
Buffalo did move
Kesselring
up.
could get you the deal that he got, which was a first, Mason Lohrei can get you a first. I think so.
With
Similar
the
age,
age-
they're just different. They're just different styles. Lohrei's more offensive. Kesselring's more defensive.
I can't believe you just said that. I can't believe those words just came out of your damn mouth.
And Steve, I'm just going by
Oh, I
based
can
on
get
what
you
we
a
got
first
on
pick.
trades.
Are you fucking stoned? Are you fucking stoned, dude?
No,
Like,
but
are you
I
kidding me?
wish.
Have you watched any of the hockey games this past year?
I might have watched one or two.
person that
Definitely
would
watched Game 6. I
first
watched Game
round.
4 of the final. Not the final. I
Anybody
definitely
that would
watched
pay
Game
a
4.
first round for Mason Lohrei is obviously a crackhead, and you can't be trusted. This
I'm,
is
I'm
unbelievable.
I'm going
Yeah.
based off of the fact that he has one more year left, and if you just look at what Buffalo got from Michael Kesselring, who was an RFA, Lohrei at least has a year. So yes, and then Lohrei will still be I'm sorry, I believe Lohrei will be an RFA. So going back to what I misspoke. So you not only get 1 year, but you still retain Lohrei's free agency rights. That will get you a first. If that's what Kesselring got you just as an RFA, you got to imagine Lohrei will get you a first.
No, you
Lucky to get one, but
Send him to Toronto, fleece him again.
fly him into the sun. I never want to see or hear his name again. Are you kidding me?
That's the gong.
It's unbelievable. A defenseman that
gotta
can't
go
play defense.
dong.
Like, are you kidding me?
There's
A
the
defenseman
drums.
that can't play defense, and you think you can get a first round pick. It's unbelievable. Yeah, his stats, okay, on paper, he's fine. Watch the goddamn game tapes. Watch the tapes. The tapes don't lie. He sucks. He's terrible. Just package him and get him the fuck out of Boston. I'm sorry. He sucks. There's no hope. There's no salvaging this kid. You're praying for this kid. This kid, you're praying for him to learn how to play defense. He's had how many seasons to learn how to play defense? He can't do it.
Technically, what? 2, right?
If the Boston Bruins can't teach a guy how to play defense, there's no hope for this kid. I'm sorry.
He was a bubble guy for a while, but he did play a lot of minutes in the NHL in his first year. And I think it's been 3 or 4 years now that he's actually had NHL minutes. Hasn't done shit with it.
This was his third season because he came in 23, 24, right?
I
Was
I
it
think
23,
he's a
24?
playoff. I think he's a playoff guy. If I'm going to be honest with you, I think he is because every time he's played in the playoffs, he has seemed to up tempo his game.
Dude,
Like seriously,
you're actually gonna blow Steve's head off his shoulders, dude.
His
Look at
offense
him.
his offense has gone up, but his defense just fucking kicks nards.
so then he's like
Steam.
Jackson Rudolph. He needs to be insulated, sure.
It's-
But I'm telling you, if Michael Kesselring, who's an RFA, got you that, and it's a pick swap, but then you move up, Lohrei can 100% get you a first round pick because he has a year left and they retain his RFA rights.
Insulate this man in a padded room.
Sure.
Why
Sure.
not?
In a padded room. Steve might end up putting me in a padded room if I keep on going on about it.
I'm
No,
going
for me,
I'm going to go into the pad room just to get away from this goddamn conversation that makes me want to kill myself. Are you kidding me? Oh, God.
God damn you, Jack.
I can't believe we're actually having this discussion right now. I can't believe this.
Go ahead. Tell me that Mason Lohrei can't get you first based on the trades that have just happened.
Okay, but Kesselring is better. I'm sorry.
Defensively,
Yes.
Yeah, defensively.
Demiskevich just got you the 25th overall pick. He's a fourth line guy. Third line guy, sorry.
Good. He can play defense.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm
I
just
can't-
saying, like, look at the guys that actually got look at the trades that have been happening. Yes, I think Lohrei can get you a first round pick. Don Sweeney's nipples have never been harder because he's seen all these people pay for shit.
I've never been gaslit more in my entire life than the past
Good.
5 minutes of my life. It's unbelievable.
What position does Mason Lohrei play?
Bench. Left out. Fired into the sun.
Thanks. That's what I was looking for.
bench. Left bench.
Left door opener. He took Corpy's job.
All right,
So
well,
define, Steve. Then what would your ideal package return be for Lohrei if you were to just trade him by himself? What do you think that you could get from him? Because I bet you you're going to say a third round pick. I knew it.
A third round pick and a bag of pucks, and I'll take it.
No, that's bullshit. That's absolute bullshit right there. He can get a second round pick for himself. He absolutely can. A guy who has that amount of NHL minutes, and they have that much English, that much of NHL minutes, like he's getting a second round pick.
I don't think so.
He only got those minutes because we didn't have any better options.
Fucking A. Thank you, Cody.
Steve would take a seventh round pick if it meant him getting off the
pucks for him. That's it.
Oh my god!
I take a bag of fucking peanuts.
We're gonna get so much hate mail after this. Steve's gonna be like, "That guy Steve sucks. He doesn't think that."
Care. People can hate me all they want. Go back and watch the goddamn game tapes. He fucking blows. He's terrible. I don't want anything to do with this guy. Get him off my team. He's
get him, Steve.
I was just waiting. Are you done, Princess?
Yes, I'm done. I'm done.
Okay, good. So Steve's just like a late 18th round pick for Mason Lohrei is what he's willing to take. Everyone else
the
is
last
like,
pick.
you can get a second.
The very last pick.
I'm telling you, listen, Don Sweeney can ask for a first for this guy. That doesn't mean he's gonna get it, but I'm just saying, like, you could argue for it. But you are likely gonna end up with either a late first or an early second. Like that's what you're gonna get.
You get a first round pick.
Get Bruins.
No, that's for later.
And then fine. You know what? You made me mad with Lohrei. We're gonna middle stat.
I made you mad.
Yeah,
yeah,
you did.
Okay.
Good. Well, here's
another
one.
Over here.
Middle stat. Wait, we have middle stat and Potro left, and then we gotta talk about Sweeney. So let's come on, guys.
Tie it in.
Sweeney's been dumped in this whole time, and I'll still keep on saying let's lynch the motherfucker. But that's just me.
Ooh, that's a call to violence. That's crazy.
That is wild,
dude. I want his head.
Those are.
I'm done with his ass.
Those are Game of Thrones him.
You don't.
Okay, Casey Middlestat. Casey Middlestat. What are we doing with him?
Jack's over here being afraid he's gonna get put on a list.
Yes, he is.
Oh, Casey Middlestat. Oh, you gotta imagine again. Semiskevich, first round pick and a conditional second. Middlestat at least. Middlestat will get you the first round pick, a late one. I'll be at that, and a not a conditional second, but it will be a solid second. Like my God.
No, easily more than Lohrei would.
I'm not going to argue that because that's true. Casey Middlestat was a former high draft pick. I'm not going to argue that. But do you keep Middlestat? Like
what's he sitting at right now? 1/5.25. Yeah, I mean, no. Free the cap space.
Yeah.
Who do you bring in?
I think you get a pick.
I don't know. The onslaught of centers that are just rotting in fucking Providence, Goose. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? How many
the amount of guys that we have to back him up?
Middlestat's a winger. He plays a winger. So yeah. Who from Providence is going to take Middlestat's spot?
I'll put it this way. James Higgins will take. I'll put it this way. I think James Higgins takes the second line left wing spot if you get rid of Middlestat. That's what I think will happen. But again, who centers that line?
Just free up the cap space. Get some picks, man. You saw what Skovich got.
Fuck the picks. Just get me a damn roster player. Get me someone that's serviceable somewhere.
Yeah.
Do you think I don't know if you get someone.
Give me a top six guy. Give me a top six guy.
Do a hockey trade.
You don't get someone serviceable for a top six player for Middlestat. You don't.
Oh, I'm not just saying don't do Casey Middlestat and a roster player 1-for-1. You can sweeten the deal. You have 8 picks. You have 8 picks this year. Do something with them.
Yeah.
Damn passion.
Oh, we got the passion. That's for sure. We're at each other's heads this podcast.
Not during the draft. The draft we were all pretty good in alignment on. Now we're just like F Middlestat, F Lohrei, F Zacha.
No, one person is very
F Lohrei. We didn't say
one person is very F Lohrei, and then the other one's like, oh no, we can get a first round pick for him.
No, I'm not F Middlestat. I think the fact of the matter is, with what's going on in Providence and how many kids are rotten down there that are actually talented, we could easily replace him, and we might as well just get the cap space back so we can do something more that we absolutely need. And we can get something good for him. And I'm okay with getting a middle six talent for this guy, or picks that we can use to trade to get someone serviceable.
Sure. I'm fine with that. I don't hate that. Again, I'm on the board of. Again, I'm hot and cold with Lohrei. It depends on the day. Today I'm hot. I'm on the board with trading Middlestat to free up some cap space, maybe to bring in a different guy. Like, find someone to take him. But again, he's a hard sell for some teams, so you have to pay a little bit more. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with attaching a 3rd round pick with Middlestat if it means getting a guy like a good guy. But like, you can't tell, like, Bruins fans can't tell me that after you just saw what Sam Miskevich just went for, that the price for both Middlestat and Zacha didn't go up like they did. That, like, you know what I mean? They're proven NHL talent. Sam Miskevich had 32 points, and that got you a 1st round pick. Like, are you serious? You're banking on him to turn into a 65-point guy, but just don't know. And let alone he's going to Seattle. So good luck with that one, Seattle. Like, it's crazy. So yes, I do think Middlestat and Zacha's prices have gone up, and I do think we can do some hockey trades to improve the team using them as leverage with picks, not just them 1-for-1. For those psychos out there that are thinking that I'm just saying Middlestat for Robertson 1-for-1. Bah, 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 bah. No,
I'm not thinking
happen.
1-for-1.
No.
I think it's going to be tough either way. I think their prices did go up, but I think again it does matter how you package it, because just at face value, it's like, I mean, Casey Middlestat more is become more of like, a journeyman. So it's like, what can you get with that in a package? Hopefully someone valuable back. Hopefully someone valuable back that's impactful, but.
No, I see that. He's definitely become a good journeyman. And you know what? He has time in, and he is definitely more than serviceable.
I think he is. I think he's a good player still, but it's like he's been a handful of teams so far. So
still at 27 too. Hasn't even hit 30.
Yep, he's entering his prime.
So he's in a good spot to definitely deal him.
I mean, let's think about it, definitely. Guys. That second line was Middlestat, Zacha, Arvidsson. That's not a second line. It's not.
They acted like one for a bit, and then they kind of faltered in the playoffs.
Yeah, they acted like one until reality struck them. But those 3 together, they don't scream second line. That's like a third line, I guess.
Yeah, third.
That's definitely a third line. But the fact of the matter is, they were the Bruins' best line all year.
Sure.
Yeah.
Over a whole season span, yeah.
Sadly.
And again, you sell high. You might as well sell high.
Yeah.
Might as well.
It frees up the cap space in there. You can go get a left winger again with picks. St. Louis is going to enter a rebuild, so I bet you can call them and ask them about Jake Neighbors.
Give him.
They're not going to trade you Dylan Holloway.
Give him Poitras.
We'll give you.
Yeah, well, Poitras, they haven't even announced a contract with him yet. He's still an RFA, and I'm a little concerned about it, if I'm going to be honest with you. I mean, speaking of Poitras,
so what the hell are we doing with this player then? That's why I brought him up.
So conversations.
Trade Sean Corrali, make Poitras the 4th C. I can't anymore. I can't. But the Providence Bruins are not going to be good next season. They lost a lot of players, and I don't think they're bringing a whole bunch of them back. You got to bring Poitras and play meaningful minutes. So if you send Higgins and Poitras down to play in Providence to work on some stuff, you're going to be mad, because if they're not getting the point production, then people are going to say like, oh, they didn't earn their spot. But if the whole entire team is bad, you run into the same situation with Boston. Sometimes just give them the opportunity in NHL minutes. Put them where they're going to benefit the most.
You've seen Poitras. He does it every time he's called up. He benefits. He produces. So find a way. If you're not getting rid of this player, he's not signed, play him. How about you just play him? That's what I've been kind of screaming about for him for a while. If I don't want to let go of him just yet. I think probably ideally he's going to benefit from somewhere else. But like at this rate, play him. Why not?
He's going to be played down in Providence.
And that irks me. That irks me so much, because why you as to Cam's point, Providence is not going to be good this year. Like they are going to be falling off big time. So why are you sticking a player down like there again to rock down the minors again? He does not deserve that for anything, for what it's worth. He does not deserve that.
I want to hear what Cody thinks, though, because he's not too high on Poitras like us.
I'm not. I'm really not. I mean, he's young. I get it. He's 22. He still needs to develop. But again, he's
seen this past year, Cody. He was good. He was really good.
He was good. First time I ever saw him, I was like, this could be a guy. 4 games later, he's down in Providence. Not to be heard from again. Like, what are we doing?
Though. Not his fault they were sent back to Providence.
No, it wasn't. But like I said, he's still young. So yeah, I'm not as high on him as everybody else is here. But again, I think sign him for a year. Give him his chance. Keep him in the bigs. Deal him.
It's the people that say you need to earn your roster spot that really aggravate me.
Mm-hmm.
On a contending team, sure. Not a team that is continuously retooling and trying to figure it out. For anyone that said like Brandon Bussey could have beat out Korpisalo, DiPietro could have beat out Korpisalo. This is just one example, and I'll get to the Patra one too. You can't bury $3 million in Providence like that. You just can't do it just like that.
You can. It's hard, I think.
You
like,
can, but like fine,
You
still have to pay a certain.
that.
You still have to pay a certain amount of that. You can only bury so much down in Providence. So you're still paying the guy. Just to it doesn't matter to be a bona fide guy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so that was one mistake. So now with Patra, is he really going to beat out Arvidsson? No. He's not going to beat out Corrali. No. Kostelic? No. Jeannot? No.
You could beat out Corrali, but they still have him.
Like, where did you want, like, the roster with Don Sweeney did put roadblocks in place. He's not going to play out Zacha, Middlestat, making money. I don't know what they were looking for out of Patra. Supposedly he was injured. But again, it just speaks to Don Sweeney just being like, and Cam Neely, as we pivot to this, because Bruins should sign Patra 1 year, $950K, have him play up in the club the entire year for as long as he can, and then you make the assessment then on what you want to do with him. And if he breaks out, let's just say he goes on like 40 points or something like that, and if you feel like you can trade him at the trade deadline for something better, then you can do that then. Yeah. But $950K 1 year, and you tell him we're going to play you up here.
We're going to give you all the leeway, all the runway to go with.
Because there was nothing I loved more than watching Alexander Steves get $1.6 million for 2 years to be a streaky guy, only for him not to play until the playoffs. Great move. And this is what concerns me when we talk about Zacha, Middlestat, Patra, and Lilrai, particularly Patra and Lilrai, because if Sweeney gives up on these guys too soon, we could live to regret it. And that's what concerns. I just don't think Sweeney has the capacity to make this team better. He's been too quiet for what he knows this team needs.
Up to this point, yeah.
I'm definitely in the camp of re-signing him. Like, I do want him to be re-signed. I want a 2-year deal at $950 because let's say he does break out, you still have the ability to trade him for 2 years to make this team better. Okay, and if he breaks out, then you actually have to sit there and reconsider, oh, wow, this kid is a talent that we buried down in Providence, and a lot of these guys are getting older, and he's showing real potential. Now we might actually have to play him, and it kind of forces Don Sweeney's hand of, wow, if he breaks out and starts playing consistent and start playing good, yeah, I mean, it puts Don Sweeney in an even tougher position, and I kind of want to keep this kid. Even if it's a fourth line for the first year and making sure this kid gets his reps. And imagine if he goes out and scores 30 on the fourth line.
That's not going to happen. 30 points.
At that rate, you gotta move up to third line. I ideally see him as like his ceiling. Like I want him on third line minutes. I think he could actually really benefit.
I want him on third line minutes. But like,
I have a question. 30 points or 30 goals? I'm sorry, I missed that.
30 points.
Okay, on fourth line, yes. That would be impressive. Is that going to happen? No.
I don't know. Maybe. He facilitates. That's the thing. He does facilitate a lot of goals. Like he does know how to set people up. He can score, but he can also create plays.
Honestly, where I would want him is if you, again, trade Zacha, you elevate Minton to the 2C because I think he can handle it. You put Patra with Reichel or Hootsie, and then the right wing could be Arvidsson if they decide to re-sign him. I think that's a decent third line. Reichel goes in, Patra's a responsible two-way guy, and then Arvidsson is just a shoot first mentality. I don't think it's going to be an extremely lethal line, but I think it'll be a decent one.
Maybe.
I don't think Don Sweeney has the balls.
No, he doesn't.
No.
He's in the hot seat, and he's not gonna try risky things.
I'm glad. By the way, pivot to Don Sweeney. Is his job on the line? Is he going to be in the hot seat?
At
He's
this
already
point,
in the hot seat.
No, it better be.
he has been for a while now. Bruins fans have been screaming about it. Like it's absurd to think it isn't. But I think right now, like we make a really good point. Cam, you said it perfectly. He is not doing enough with what the team has and what they need right now. For what this team needs right now, the fact that it's so silent is concerning. I think it's something like Toronto has screamed about for years at times, like not doing enough to help their team or whatever. And I kind of feel them in a way. You know, I don't feel bad for Toronto. I'm just saying I feel like their messages make sense because it's like we have things we need you to do and you're not doing those things. So why not?
You know where I hear Don Sweeney and the Bruins' names a lot? Vinny Trocheck, Rasmus Ristolainen, all
Don't
of
want
these
either of them.
guys
Don't want
that
either
are
of them.
30 plus that are going to, first of all, Danny Briere wants a king's ransom for Ristolainen. Kick rocks. But unfortunately, that's what you're going to get now with what's being like with the Kessel ring. Like that's the price, unfortunately. Vinny Trocheck is going to garner you a lot. Like, look at what Sam Miskevich just got. That price just went up. You know what I mean? Like, look at all of these things. Like, if you look where the Bruins are being, linked to outside of Anaheim for McTavish, these guys are like just vets, like a little older vets.
And that's
next
Don
thing you're
Sweeney's
going to
sauce.
see, he's going to sign Brent Burns. And I'm going to be like, why?
Fucking need.
Why'd you do that? Like, I wouldn't like, why would you do that? I'm agreeing with all of you. I think Don Sweeney is in the hot seat. And if he does not make some changes, they're in talks with Peak in Arvidsson's camp. Arvidsson, okay. Peak, no. Why?
When I saw that, I sent that to group chat and I was like, I want to puke because I can't believe it. I actually can't fucking believe it.
What has he done?
What is he going to do for you? Yes, he's 28. Great. I'd rather spend $7 million on Rasmus Anderson. I would at that point. At least
I'd hate it, but yeah, I'd rather that.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm with you, Jack. I'd throw up at it, but you know what? Over Andrew Peak, yeah, sure, why not? What the fuck else?
Yeah, I want to throw up at the fact that Andrew Peak being entertained to be re-signed again. The guy just needs to move on. He needs to be of value somewhere else and get us value.
Don Sweeney also has 5 first-round picks in the next 3 years. Do something with them.
Yeah.
You have 8 selections in this draft. 3 of them are from the 4th round. Not high, that's not great, but those are also trading chips that you could use. Stop Korpisalo. There is actually a market for him.
Yep. There's a bigger market now since we last talked about him.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, aggressively big.
Yeah. Maybe.
Andrew's job is basically up right now. I'm pretty sure he might be talking, or Dallas might be talking. You still got the Rangers. They still need somebody. Bob's on his way out.
Who knows what's going on in Florida?
Who knows, man?
He's re-signed.
Edmonton. He's going to resign, or they might use him.
They have little space, very little cap space.
Yeah, I don't think they can.
Even if it's
Especially
a
after
small
this
2-year deal, they're re-signing him because they know that they want to win another cup this year.
Steve, they have $6.9 million in cap, and they still have albeit there's depth pieces that they need to sign, but it's Florida.
Bob is old, man.
Navigate.
Bob is old. If he wants to come back and help the team, he's getting team friendly. He's going to sign for little.
I doubt he's going to do team friendly. Realistically, I don't think he's going team friendly.
Even if the Bruins traded Korpisalo to the Panthers for, I don't know, let's just say we retained $1 million of that and we got rid of $2 million off the books. I'm happier than a pig in shit.
Yeah.
So
descriptive.
Okay. Bob's cap hit 10
was
with his previous contract. You think he's asking for less?
Yes.
He's asking for 6. That's been reported.
That has been reported. All right.
But he wants a Brad Marchand type deal. Not getting that at your age, buddy.
Sorry, bud. No
Who
way.
do you think you are, Dwayne Rolliston?
38 years old? No way.
Dwayne Rolliston's a crazy pull.
He was 42 in 2011 when the Bruins beat him.
Yo, that's crazy.
Rolling the goal. Yeah.
Wow.
It's true.
And he was that good as well. Jeez. That's crazy to think about.
Well, the Tampa team in front of him was also just that good too. So
Yes,
A bunch of dogs in front of him is what that was.
Yeah, but
But again, I don't know what to do here. I just don't know. I'm just deeply concerned that it's been extremely quiet for Boston.
Yep.
Maybe free agency when that opens up on July 1st, we see Don Sweeney be active. I cannot wait. He's gonna overpay. He's gonna go after Alex Tuck. You watch it. He's gonna give him $11 million. Because that would just be a dumb thing to do. You know what I mean? It would just be the dumb thing to do to go do it.
Fuck it, give it to me.
I think Alex Tuck is going to San Jose.
Probably. They have the money.
They have the money. They need the veteran.
Chicago, I've heard. They need right wings.
Chicago needs a lot.
Chicago needs fucking
Chicago
help,
needs Jesus.
is what they need.
Yeah.
They're about to drop almost $15 million on Connor Bedard.
They're about to drop almost $16 million on Bedard.
I don't know where you
Right.
guys saw that. There, I don't know where. No, I don't think substantial. I don't think any substantial reporters reported that. Like I haven't seen Chris
Pierre
Johnson say
LeBron.
anything. Pierre LeBron.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't be
well
surprised.
then-
Probably by tomorrow. I mean, this is gonna be like news that breaks.
Yeah, it's
out
going to
this
be
week for
breaking
sure.
tomorrow.
Well, then
Yeah.
if Connor Bedard gets $15 million, do you have any idea what Macklin Celebrini is going to get? He's going to get 17, 18.
Brother, that guy's gonna be
He's
earning
going to
close.
be more worth than 20.
He's gonna be one of the players who could be close to be getting $20 million for the first time in the NHL. Like
He should be.
without a doubt, dude. That guy is. Oh,
Sure.
He's
generational.
he's what Bedard was supposed to be.
I
I'll
don't think
say
people aren't ready for that talk yet, Cody. That's a very sensitive talk.
I'm
for
already
some
there.
People.
I'm already
Like,
there. I'm already there.
Yeah.
Bedard
I
hasn't
wish
been
I-
the guy.
And here we are as a poverty franchise right now without a center like that. And we're all just like, we have a David Pastrnak. No, we have a Morgan Geekie at $5.5 million.
People want to ship him off too.
Sorry,
Why are we
it wasn't
shopping
LeBron.
him?
It wasn't LeBron. It was his notification was right above it. It wasn't LeBron. I
Got
just
it.
saw his name and then I saw the Bedard news. So yeah, I have to correct myself on that. It wasn't LeBron.
All right, that's fine.
Good correction. Good correction.
Good poll. Yeah, I know. I understand. Like, Morgan Geekie at $5.5 million and people want to ship him out because you need to maximize on his value. I understand the reasoning why. Do you want to do it? No. Again, there's a lot of Bruins right now on this team. Right now, the only untouchables for me are obviously those with the no movement clause because they're likely not going to waive it. David Pastrnak, Charlie McAvoy, Jeremy Swayman, Fraser Minton, James Higgins. I would genuinely listen on calls for pretty much everybody else. I would listen on Morgan Geekie. You want to know why? Because if you go look where all of Morgan Geekie's goals come from, or if not the vast majority of them, are with David Pastrnak.
Mm-hmm.
But is Don Sweeney going to make that appropriate move? I don't know. That's why he's in the hot seat. He listen, Don Sweeney, great with contracts and getting people to stay, good with trades.
Yep. Trades.
I worry about his drafting. I worry about his free agency picks, and
Where
I
were
worry
his
about.
contracts?
Sorry,
His contracts that he creates.
I don't know. I would say the Morgan Geekie one was good.
Pastrnak was pretty fair. Pastrnak was pretty good for 11.
I would say the Pastrnak one was a good deal.
At 11.5, yeah.
I
But
think.
actually, other than that, some of the ones he's brought in,
Yeah, Elias Lindholm, not great. It's not looking great. I'm not going to deny that. It's
Nikita's
not.
okay. If it can pan out well and he can be what he should be here, which is a leader, an impactful person for this culture, and be an intimidating front on the Bruins, and
The
be a
Hampus
leader.
Lindholm contract isn't that bad. The Swayman contract isn't that bad.
Yeah, did you say
It's
Nikita?
not Igor. It's not Igor Shesterkin who's making 12.
I was saying Nikita. Like Nikita's contract is not great, but if he can pan out where he should be and continues to be and gets better
He
at
needs
his
to keep
penalties,
his ass out of the box. Yeah,
Exactly.
That's the thing. He
Yeah.
needs to keep his
You have
ass
to
out of the
bring up
box.
Tanner Jeannot contract.
Okay, he's 50. Okay, fine. So then give me this. He's
Let's talk
50-50
about
on
it.
his contracts. Give me that.
hit or miss.
He's hit or miss. But typically
I'd
pretty
say
decent.
60-30. 60-40.
60-40 in favor of being good.
Not bad.
Oh, okay. Cody's just a Debbie Downer. It's
You
just,
guys are just haters. You guys are
I'm
just
with
haters.
60-40 good bad.
I take it back. Remember when I said Steve hate fucks Sweeney with his eyes? Both Cody and Steve are outside of Warrior Ice Arena, his office window,
Actually.
clacking
Dude,
sacks, just being like,
no.
we fucking hate
Eiffel
you.
Tower. We're Eiffel Towering that motherfucker right now.
Valid.
I mean, for a guy who was complaining about the Tanner Jeannot for at least 8 episodes,
still complaining about it.
Yeah. So again, that's a contract that Don Sweeney did. So
Sure.
like, again, it baffles my mind how you're like, oh,
Okay.
60-40, it was good, it's good to bad, but it's just like he's done some stupid things.
I'm more like
really?
5-45 in favor of. But yeah, he's had bad ones.
He's had, but the thing is, the bad ones are really fucking bad.
Awful. No, they're fucking awful.
They are. They really
That's the problem. It's like, yeah, okay, he did a good this one,
Sure.
but that bad one really is fucking stinky poo poo. It's bad.
And I stepped on a piece of dog shit in the street, and that's all I can smell right now. Like that's how bad it is.
It's visual, man.
He's got a lot of work to do, and
he does. He absolutely does.
If this team goes from making the playoffs this past season, and then they go back to missing it, he's got to go, dude. You can't. Like, what are you gonna do? Especially if all you do is bring back the same crew, and you're just like, this was a great idea.
No, I'm on the wave of even if we get bounced from the first round, he's gone. Done. It's done. Made the playoffs or not. I don't like it. We haven't gone past the first round and tell me how long.
Since 21, when we made the second round against the Islanders, which is insane.
Far too long. Far too fucking long.
That team.
We're becoming the Leafs at that point, and I don't want to be there.
Hot take. That team could have gone to the Cup, maybe 21 team.
Maybe it was an easy path for them from what
that 21 team should have.
If they get to the conference final, I think they might. They just might. But if
as mad as Steve was getting earlier, I'm fuming right now.
I love to see the emotion. I do. I mean, yeah, guys, it's no doubt. I mean, for me anyway, Don Sweeney's in the hot seat. It's not even a question. It really depends on this offseason. If he really improves the team, and I mean like really pulls like the magic wand out of his ass and does like these great things, then yes, I'm willing to concede the fact that Don Sweeney might have staved off this potential like rebuild another couple years or something along those lines. But it really depends. He's got to really be smart, and I think he knows it. And I think it's going to be to the point where he's too conservative, and that's going to worry me the most too.
He always is too conservative. Have some balls, man. Have some balls. 2 of them. Come on.
Also, Bruins fans, be willing to take risks.
Yeah, actually, like let's
genuinely
let's be a little like risky here.
You're not going to go. You don't have the assets to acquire like a Quinn Hughes, a McDavid, a Draisaitl. You can't just go acquire these 1Cs, 1LWs, or like a Jason Robertson. I mean, you might have the ability to acquire Jason Robertson. It depends. But again, Jason Robertson wants to win. A lot of these guys who want to leave their teams, they want to go win. It's because it's not working there. You got to look at the buy low guys, man. And like, I'll say it again, like. And it's just an example. It doesn't mean go get them, but you're looking at guys like Elias Pettersson if they're willing to retain value. You're looking at some little reclamation projects that were historically good. You got to take some gambles here. If that's what you really want to risk, if you're really in win now mode, you do try to leverage that ability as much as you possibly can and hope to God that it works out.
I take a risk for
or build from the draft. But if you build from the draft, you got to wait. I'll put it this way, Bruins fans, make your decision. You want to either take the risks or you want to retool or keep retooling in free agency that does not work or rebuild it. Those are your 3 options. Take the risk, rebuild it. Or what was the other one I said? Try to build it.
Try keep retooling in free agency, but it just doesn't work.
It just doesn't work.
I will do that, but with not Elias Pettersson. Sorry. I know I just said, let's be risky. No, I'm good.
That's fine.
I do not want that locker room cancer.
But that's just an example.
Yeah,
like
it's a valid
one.
You
might need to take some risk. Mason McTavish might be a better one to say the risk.
I will risk.
I would risk on that for McTavish all day.
Yeah, 100%, dude.
Maybe a guy like Josh Norris, whose bones are made of glass.
Nope.
But Buffalo's not trading him to you, so get over that.
We got too many paper bears on this team.
So
sorry, Steve. Go ahead.
No, just the guy like that. He's just not conducive to Bruins play style. It's just, bones made of glass. He's always injured. It's not going to work out on how on how we play the game. It's just it's not. That's a risk that's not worth it.
He'd fit well with Hampus Lindholm. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah. The two glass bones guys going with it.
What, Goosey? What?
It's
They're
true,
not
but
wrong.
Man, when he's healthy, he's a good defenseman. It just
He's
sucks.
good when he's got a fucking pair underneath his fucking sack, but god damn it, man.
I am with you on that one, dude. It's so unfortunate because his first few years here were great, and
He was
after
dynamite.
that, I think after
One
the
of the
Svechnikov
best,
hit,
dude.
I don't know. I'm not giving up on Hampus. I think if he comes back and his knee is healed and his foot is healed, he'll be fine. He's not going to be like a Quinn Hughes. He's not going to be like this crazy defenseman that's going to be absolutely insane. But he's going to be a good defenseman with McAvoy. Yeah. Hampus, I'm not worried about. But yes, if I get a guy like Josh Norris, yes, I'm going to be like, are you guys sure?
Yeah, no.
I mean, maybe try and make a bid for Dylan Larkin, but he doesn't want to come here. It's a tough situation to be in, but take risks. And Larkin's not a risk, but again, Bruins fans, we need to take risks. That's it.
Not that kind of risk, though. We've talked about that.
Yep.
No, not so many risks to the point where the risk outweighs the benefit. I wouldn't give up all my futures for a guy like Elias Pettersson, you know what I mean, or a guy like that really is a true reclamation, not Kotkaniemi, you know what I mean. I wouldn't do that, but you got to understand there's got to be some risk here if you want the Bruins to win, and Don Sweeney needs to understand that. So if Don Sweeney is going to be too conservative in a time where Pastrnak basically said, "Get me help or I walk," then Don Sweeney needs to walk. There's nothing more important than me satisfying David Pastrnak right now, or that they should be worried about than satisfying that man who's done a lot for your organization for 100-point consecutive seasons.
A lot more than Don Sweeney has. I will say one last thing on the Don Sweeney bullshit. He needs Cam Neely's head out of his ass to actually do something.
Cam Neely needs Cam Neely's head out of his ass.
They both need their own heads out of their own asses and each other's asses. All right. Those two as a tandem are just fucking this whole system up.
They are.
That's just a Mandingo party at that point.
It's some kind of party that I do not want to be invited to.
Yeah. I want the party to stop. I want to leave. I'm done with this.
I want the cops to be called and fucking us kicked out at 11. That's what it is.
Can we get a new host? Can we get a new host, please?
I'll piggyback off that. I've said this before. I'll say it again. I think both of their jobs are intertwined with each other. So I really think that if Sweeney goes, most likely Neely goes, and I think if Neely goes, definitely Sweeney goes.
I second that.
I agree with that. Most oftentimes, that's how it would work. They would want to bring in their own guys.
If there's a new president, it's definitely going to happen. But the fact is, I genuinely think that if Sweeney doesn't do anything and just stands pat like he always does, both of them are going to be looking for new jobs.
They won't have a
Thumb
choice.
up his ass. Thumb up his ass.
Damn.
I could talk about how much I hate him all this time, but guys, final thoughts before we close out the episode.
Just hope Sweeney takes some more action. I hope he actually gets a draft right. I hope he picks someone worthwhile and, uses some brains. And I hope he does more for this team and this roster. Like you just said, Cam, your star player basically reiterated how old he is and that he wants to win a cup. That's your cue to then get him the help that he needs around him and then to build around the other core pieces. So I hope that he does more. We don't have to keep saying how much we hate the guy. Just want this team to have the best chance it can to win. That's it.
My final thought?
Yeah. Crickets for everybody else.
Yeah, no, basically, I'm kind of just... he's just going to fumble the ball. I'm over it. I'm over Don Sweeney's shit.
Over this dude.
So fucking over it. I want to be good again. And not just a regular season good. I want to be a fucking contender again. We had the team to do it. Don Sweeney fucked it up multiple times over.
Well, the 23 team has to kind of blame for themselves.
Yeah,
but
that one they have to take some ownership on.
I'm not going there. I'm not going there.
I'm not going to go there.
I'm not touching that with a 40-foot
Steve,
fucking pole,
there.
okay? No, I'm not going there. just fucking talk, dude. Open your fucking mouth and let the people hear what you have to say. Like, let's
that
do
phone.
these conversations. Get on the fucking phone. Get on the horn. Stop being so silent. Either stay silent and walk, or fucking pick up the phone and do something, dude. Get off your ass.
Yeah, screaming for it.
Mm-hmm.
Steve, I'm waiting.
Just the meme of the stick figure with the poking the dog. Come on, do something.
That's your favorite, Steve. You've said that before. It's a great one.
That's how all Bruins fans should feel right now with Don Sweeney. He's like, do something, please. Like, God, he needs to do something. He's been too goddamn quiet, and there's been a lot of moves made, and nothing that benefits the Bruins. In fact, a lot of these things did impact the Bruins in a negative way. So, like, the time to do something is right now, and the longer you wait, the bigger hole you're going to dig yourself into. So, get on it or get the fuck out.
Wow. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that will do it for tonight's episode. Thank you for tuning in to us as always. Don't forget to check us out on TikTok, YouTube, and Twitter. You can also find our blogs on our website at don'tpuckwithmedia.com. Feel free to connect with us through those platforms, and please consider giving us a like and subscribe to us for more Boston Bruins content. And until next time, Jack, take us out.
Do something, please. Please.